boy, I couldn't wait to get to them. I didn't like their first pick. I was very vocal about that. So let's see what they did for the rest of the draft. Arizona Cardinals. All right, so the Arizona Cardinals with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. They only had 7 picks. They decided to waste the first pick. Oh my God. All right, Cardinals. All right, Cardinals. You got it. You got it, guys. Okay, you got it. So with the first pick, they drafted Jeremiah Love. Now, I personally didn't care for that pick. It wasn't needed. It wasn't even on their tracker of top needs. You understand what I'm telling you? You know what top need for them was? Quarterback. You know when they got the quarterback? In the 3rd round. So that tells you right there what the Cardinals' priority is. Okay? Now, okay. So let me explain something to y'all. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the offensive line for the Arizona Cardinals. You have James Conner, you have Trey Benson, and you have Tyler Algier. You have 3 already great running backs on that team. They got hurt. It happens. Now, prior to the injury, how many of you who play fantasy football looked at James Conner and said, "Oh, hell no"? Tell me when. Tell me when the last time you did that. Because since he's came to the league from the Steelers, took the starting role, went to the Cardinals, took the starting role, James Conner ain't had no problems running the football. What does that tell you? Oh, the offensive line is pretty good. Oh, hold on. Because y'all had a quarterback that wasn't a quarterback. You had a little boy that ran around the circle and threw the ball up in the air. Okay? That's what you had. Offensive line still protected. Okay. Jacoby Brissett can throw for 300 and some odd yards, which means what? He's sitting where? Oh. In the pocket. Okay, cool. Hold on. So your offensive line is good. You don't have a quarterback. And with your first 2 picks, you decide to go running back and guard. Okay, no problem. Then you go with your 3rd pick. You go with your 3rd pick, and you go with Carson Beck. I mean, I've never seen a more desperate pick in a draft because you couldn't let him go now, right? You had the first pick. You could have taken anybody else at quarterback, not Carson Beck. You could have gotten another receiver because your receiving core is not good at all. You only got one. And you got a tight end. And then with the 4th pick, you go defensive tackle Caleb Proctor. 5th pick, now you go receiver Reggie Virgil. So you're just taking anybody at this point. Okay? 6th pick, you go with a linebacker. 7th pick, you go with an offensive tackle. No edge rusher at all, which is what you desperately need on that defense. You got no edge rusher. So you got 2 offensive linemen. You got a defensive tackle. You got a late wide receiver that's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. You got a quarterback with the 3rd pick. You're soon to be starting quarterback. How long you really think he's going to sit behind Jacoby Brissett? So your 3rd pick is going to be playing quarterback really soon. It's not going to, boy. Cardinals, I give you a D. I give your draft a D. You had 7 picks and you squandered them. You really did. You only had 1 pick in the first, 1 pick in the second, 1 pick in the. You actually only had 1 pick in every round. This possibly might be the worst draft in history. You did nothing. You wasted a running back. You have 5 running backs on your team. You haven't had a quarterback on your team for like 12 years. And you wait till the 3rd round to grab him? Well, it's great value. I tell you that. For your team, we're going to see. Because I don't think you're going to do nothing with it. Nah, Cardinals. We're going to have a lot to say about you this year. Because, oh my God, yeah, you got a D for the draft. I can't give you nothing higher than that. All right, next team up, we have the Tennessee Titans. So, I'm going to check on them. That's good. All right, so, Tennessee had 7 picks in the draft. All right, so as we know, they went with wide receiver Cardinals Tate. I love that pick for the simple fact you're getting your young quarterback, another weapon. Calvin Ridley. Oh, now everybody's off on Calvin Ridley, huh? Everybody don't believe in Calvin Ridley no more. Huh? I told y'all since his days in Atlanta when he was playing with one Julio, I'm a man Jones. What did Calvin Ridley do? He got a 1,200 yards. What did Calvin really do when they said you the number 1 receiver now? He got kicked out the NFL for a little bit for gambling because he can't catch. As the number 1 guy, oh, he's absolutely atrocious. He can't handle a double team. He is a single coverage receiver. That's it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just where your placement is. You were number 2. You keep trying to go somewhere and be a number 1, and you about one most disappointing number 1 receiver I've ever known. And I keep telling people, get off that train. Get off that Calvin Ridley train. Gonna make you cry. And here come the tears flooding. So I don't know what to tell you. I told you already. I ain't gonna keep repeating myself. I'm gonna look at you and say, well, I told you so. I'm that guy. I like to tell people that because they don't listen. All right. So outside of Cardinals Tate, they had 6 other picks. They had another one in the 1st round at the 31st pick. I think did they come back into the draft with that one? Because I think they only had 1 pick, and I think they came back in to the 1st round, trading in. And they got edge rusher Keldrick Falk. I do like that as well. That Titans defense needs a little bit more beefing, which is why I like the fact that they got a linebacker in the 2nd round. So this is where linebackers are kind of starting to flourish, was in the 2nd round. Anthony Hill Jr. to the Tennessee Titans. In the 5th round, they got a guard, Fernando Carmona, 5th round. So they had 2 picks in the 5th round. They also got a running back, Nicholas Singleton. I do like that. They need to get somebody back there. Just get some meat. They got to get some more. Got to get some more bodies in that running back. Make running backs fight for their position. If you basically have 1 or 2 backs, and then you go through your draft, and you just like, we good with these 2. Ain't nobody gonna fight. They know that they got the job, and ain't nobody gonna work hard. You put 2 more guys, and now this ain't for you, Cardinals. You stupid. You put some more bodies back there and make these guys fight for their job. Anybody back there needs to fight. Well, you had 3 running backs that was already fighting, and you want to add? Now you're adding more dogs to a single bone. That's dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do that. You already did it. So. They got a 6th round. They had 2 picks in the 6th round. They got Jackie Marshall, defensive tackle, and center Pat Coogan. With the last pick, they got tight end Jaron Koenig. So I would say for the Tennessee Titans, I give them a C-. They had an okay draft. Not too many big splashy picks. They addressed it on concerned areas. I would have liked maybe 1 more receiver just because I don't think they have enough. But not too bad of a draft with only 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. Next up.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.